Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Friday, the 17th of April. All right, as we come into the early part of the European session now, just starting with the data we came ahead out of the US yesterday, I guess. Initial jobless claims really hasn't blown out. I thought this would be a huge number by now, but it's actually become quite static. And this is becoming more like an economic number that, in normal market conditions, came out as expected. Market's a little bit confused and the currency just trades sideways. The dollar index here, not really knowing what to do at this stage. Other parts of the economy, like housing starts, right? These are just, it's just like business as usual. Building permits, a few more buildings going up. It's, I don't know whether it's the doom and gloom that the media present, which is obviously their main business. But things haven't been as terrible as I thought. Now, just on the face of it, the trading conditions, well, as far as the currencies go, the way they're moving, it's quite good, right? The dollar's moving down against across the board, and the other pairs are moving up. So that's actually really nice, uniform trading conditions. Equity markets, pretty much unchanged, right? So we haven't had a huge amount of fresh news going around. And if I just give you a quick look at the news as it is, so we've got, where's my little thing there? Dollar slips as hopes for virus treatment prop up risk appetite. Well, this is where the news gets a little bit convoluted. I mean, prop up risk appetite, it's like neutral. Right now we are in the neutral zone. And what we're seeing with a lot of the currencies is basically trading sideways, like we have done during Brexit. Okay, so then you've got, they're trying to fill the pages here. Of course, China's GDP is going to shrink. And then you've got like Trump leading the charge on trying to open up the US states, okay, and this sort of shutdown. And that's happening across the board. So I think traders at this point don't know what stage the pandemic we're up to. It's obviously not that early doors panic, but we are starting to lead into the end of it, or not the end of it, but you know what I mean, coming out of it. So like yesterday, the dollar was sort of rallying. I thought we might see a good surge of dollar strength. We might see some of these currencies much lower, but they've broken down and they're just drifted back into the range. Okay, and this is, we haven't seen this for a bit, and this tells me that the market isn't really that sure about what's going on. Big surge in dollar CAD after oil fell, Bank of Canada more easing, and now it's back, almost a couple of 100 points. Dollar yen, the big safe haven play, it's on, then it's all of a sudden off, right? To me, this is, it's a tricky conditions, all right? Now, if I just bring you back over to the daily trade routine. So to me right now, because the pandemic is sort of in a state of flux, don't know what really, it's not getting worse, and they're talking about getting out of it. It's the trading conditions have become a little bit average, right? The technicals momentum is stalling pretty much across the board. So if we just drop you down here, if you have a look at the active pairs and the watch list pairs, a lot of the watch lists are starting to trade sideways. The pairs that do have direction, they are stalling, right? So I still think there's a couple of opportunities, especially sort of like gold, oil, particularly gold. I like this trade here. If you have a look at the hourly chart, a break of 1700 should see it melt down, and that could come about if there's no real change in what's going on. And there's no data out today of significance. So just keep an eye on those as we go forward. The watch list pairs, well, there's still a few pairs here that, to me, have got potential. We just need them to get a bit of a kick, right? A kick in the belly. Euro, Aussie, and dollar Swiss, and even the Dow for that matter, looking to sell rallies, or Dow sell a break of 23,244. So few opportunities. We're lucky momentum. To me, that's a little bit of a weird one, but we are in a pandemic as opposed to normal fundamentals. So maybe we don't need the fundamentals because they could actually cloud the news. So as we go into the weekend, there's not too much to really tangibly get your hands on. Okay, as I said, I got a couple of pairs here which have clear direction. The other pairs, well, you know what? The charts don't really line up at this point. And that's where we are at the moment, guys. Don't forget, for those traders keen to see some more, if you go to the they've got the Asian Pacific Traders Summit. You can register on this by clicking that banner. You come to that site and you can register for that event, which is tomorrow. All right, guys, that's it for me. Pretty subdued markets at the moment, and rightly so. We're in the middle of the pandemic. Not really sure what to expect. The currency pairs, well, I'll tell you what, they're not exactly setting the house on fire as far as moves. They're pretty static. I don't know so we're going to see some sort of knee jerk. We need a major news event or something else to really give these things a shakedown. All right, guys, good luck. Cheerio.